Nice place.
Isn't it? Offers a lovely view of the valley. On a clear day, you can see the outlines of Duntine.
Hey, what's up, everybody? And welcome back to another
Is
episode.
it, though?
Maybe
A
the
ruin
final
like-
episode.
So sensitive.
I've said this
Perhaps
over
he'll
and
tell
over
you
again
himself.
of The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt DLC. So this episode is pretty much going to be me getting pissed off and trying to battle Detlef over and over and over and over and over again. What's going on, Albert? So, yeah. Last night I couldn't do it anymore. I had to leave and I was too frustrated. So we're going to see what happens here.
Let's get ready.
I'm skipping all the cutscenes because I've already seen this.
The ribbon.
If anybody wants to watch it, just watch the last episode that I did. So I'm wondering, okay, so we have this right here. What if I don't get involved at all? Help me just fight that lab. Prepare for the fight. Okay. Alright, bye, Albert. Yeah, so I was wondering what if I didn't engage in the fight right now. Actually, to avoid having to watch this cutscene a million times. I imagine they're just going to keep fighting. So, there was a way to avoid this fight altogether, which I should have done, but yeah, they're just gonna keep fighting. Here we go again. Yeah.
I want just for that. Both of you! Any of it. Silence!
Listen here, pal. I didn't want to fight you. You didn't give me any choice. Now comes the really shitty part.
Start playing now.
That was smart. Oh, even more smart as I got myself all gummed up. Damn it. Get out of there. How does that not hurt him? Again, I try to hit him. And I'm instantly... See, I can't hit him. Dead. This is insane. And I haven't found any advice on how to beat him. The only thing I saw was like, oh, when he's gonna use his bat attack, you have to like dive towards him. Like, well, that didn't do me any good. So I'm reading something that says, keep rolling and rolling till he does the attack that leaves him open. What attack? Use sound to your advantage. He makes a very distinct sound before actually hitting you. I believe if he dives at you, you hear a whoosh before actually going. This one's easier to avoid overall. You have an extra second of leeway. For the bats, it's almost like a lightning thunder sound. Alright, let me see something here. So I have the black blood. I don't know if that's necessarily gonna help me here. What good does that do me? I can't even hit him. And it's a drain on my vitality, which I really don't need. This... that might help. Yeah, well, that doesn't help me at all. That's just against wraiths. Doesn't mean any good. Shining Shard is here to watch me get super frustrated. Thanks, buddy. Alright. I wonder if this will help at all? I doubt it. I mean, Quinn has been the only thing keeping me from getting completely smoked.
I want you to the bell! Didn't hear any of it. Silence!
Alright, let's see how bad this goes.
Gods, start praying now!
Nothing. No! Oh, I didn't mean to slide into this. That's absurd. Oh, that's the first time I've actually had a chance to do damage to him. Seriously avoid it? Holy shit. Where is he? Crap, where is he? Well, there he is. Ooh, we never got this far before. What's up, Blood Boy?
Prepare to die, Witcher!
Alright, that's fine. Okay, that's fine. Screw you. Come on. Come on. Run away. Run. No.
Come on!
Did we actually kill him? Holy shit! Of course, I can't actually kill him permanently, according to the whole story. Well, there we go. He ain't dead. Guys, I'm in shock that I just killed him on my second attempt. When I read that other thing about using different concoctions, I was like, or decoctions, I was like, you know what? I should look into that.
Leave him to me. Be
Regis
gone.
is the only one who can kill him.
I insist.
Alright, Regis. See you later, buddy. Well, that's why he insisted that Geralt leave. Oh, that's gonna mess him up. Also, I started the stream at a very, very bad time. I have to pee really bad. God damn it. Alright, let's get to this. I can't believe I killed him. Or beat him. I didn't kill him, but I defeated him. I swear to God, this better not get stuck in a loading loop. Oh, there we go. 2 weeks later.
My, what a smashing ensemble. You wear it well.
Shut up. I look like a twit.
The caftan is sewn of the best fabrics available, and according to the best tailoring practices. But one must have a modicum of taste to appreciate this. Even the most exquisite robes cover only deficiencies in beauty, never in refinement.
Sorry guys, I had to. The reason was me just standing around there was because I couldn't hold it anymore. I was about to piss my pants if I didn't rush to the bathroom. Alright, so,
Usually wear something different, better suited to my trade. Got nothing against this particular outfit, though.
I don't either.
Just don't exactly feel comfortable in it.
This is a nice
I
green blue.
despise formal occasions.
Nothing one can't get accustomed to. Now, be so kind as to stand still. All that being as it may, Toussaint's highest honor, the Order of Vitis Vinifera, demands appropriate attire. The Duchess cannot be expected to drape the medal on a suit of armor caked in mud. Palace protocol places enormous emphasis on form, virtuous tradition, etiquette.
Huh. A tradition which values appearances ahead of all else. Which calls for lordly, glistening triviality and misplaced generosity.
So Regis is okay, apparently.
Sound wistful. Pensive, Regis. That because they refused to buy you a new outfit?
Hardly. It's the tone I ever adopt when I find myself pondering, which, believe it or not, happens quite a lot. Besides, I've no need for a new outfit as I shall not be attending the ceremony.
Why not?
Because unlike you, I don't have to. I shall begin to pack my belongings instead. I trust you'll join me later, once you're richer by a medal and a fascinating new experience?
Count on it. Ceremonies, medals honoring virtues, just keeps coming up.
I've had no reprieve either. And I keep thinking of the last great virtue, compassion. It's the one piece of the puzzle that never seemed to fit.
Mean you suddenly believe the 5 virtues theory, after all we've revealed?
It's not a question of belief, superstition, or old wives' tales. It's a conclusion derived through exercising pure logic. Siana planned everything in advance. Had we not stopped her, surely there'd have been a 5th victim. One the gossips would have associated with a lack of compassion.
Her plans don't matter now. Can't act on them. Ask the messenger who delivered my invitation to the ceremony. Siana's in the palace. Courtiers pressured the Duchess to lock her in a tower.
Do you care not a whit who else was in her black book? We've some time before the ceremony. We could still chat with that boot-cleaning urchin. He was the one to pass the victims' names to Dettlaff. Perhaps we missed something.
That's very interesting.
Regis, Bootblack didn't say anything about making deliveries when we talked to him. How do you know he handled the letters?
While you basked in glory and tried on new formal wear, I conducted a little investigation of my own. You'd be very proud to see how I conducted myself. I began by concocting an ample supply of boot wash for our enterprising young friend. I'd observed that among street folk, amidst their society as a whole, reciprocity takes precedence over all other codes, and thus no good deed goes unrewarded. Of course, the same holds true for malicious or destructive deeds.
The letters. What's the connection?
When the bootblack arrived to collect his bucketful, he hinted he knew more. Simply put, we'd failed to ask the proper questions when we chatted earlier. It took a bit more tongue-loosening, but ultimately he spoke. He admitted he'd handed Dettlaff the letters. He knew this information was valuable to me. In providing it, he was simply repaying me.
Okay, well, let's go do this then. Let's go talk to him.
All in all, why not check up on that? We'll go together, assuming we're done here.
I am done, yes. It lies in your hands now to see if you are able to present my handiwork at the ceremony with the dignity it is due. Or if you will first destroy it, crawling about the city's underbelly.
Promise to be careful.
I had a thought and then it went away. I have no idea what I was gonna bring up. Oh well. All right, let's go. Let's move on.
Oh, it's the swordsman. Good to see you. Here for a spiffing? Dirty boots are a stain on professional dignity, you know. Step on up.
Need to ask you something.
Yet again? Go on then. I'm a proponent of free speech and I will gladly tell you all I know. But why not get your boots shanked while we jabber?
He's got quite the vocabulary for a little boot
Guess
black.
they could use a spit and polish.
Then I shall take advantage as well. A friend of mine used to say boots should be as clean as the soles that wear them.
Clean boots, clean soles. A fine slogan.
How's business?
Well enough. I can't complain. Though it'd be even better were certain folk to sit down for a shine as they stood and chatted.
Uh-huh.
Man in the frock coat. You passed him some letters, remember?
Why, of course. I'm young, got a mind like a steel trap, but...
If you're about to tell me this information will cost me, forget it. How'd you get those letters?
Beggars brought them.
Why didn't you tell us this before, when we first talked?
You didn't ask about beggars now, did you?
Beggars. Tell us more about them. How many were there?
Why, 4. 1 for each letter.
Just 4? Sure you didn't get a 5th?
I can't count, you know.
Remember anything else? These beggars have anything in common?
What? Come now. Each was different. Some had mismatched boots, others had no boots at all. Oh!
What's going on,
know.
Steven?
They all had no home.
Kid, my patience is starting to run a little thin. Now think hard. Where'd they get the letters? They picked them up? Get them from someone?
I don't know. They'd come, hand me a letter, and walk away. I asked no questions.
Geralt, allow me to ask a question. Listen, lad. I'll be glad to mix another batch of that boot shine for you. But you must focus now and tell us all you know. Where can we find
Hypnotize the
this?
kid.
Well, at the shelter, most like.
Where's that?
Everyone knows. It's
Oh,
just
Steven,
round the
absolutely.
corner.
The colors
Up
are
those
vibrant.
stairs, then right.
Thanks, kid. For your trouble.
And what more,
We must visit the shelter. Look around inside.
like... price list. Hold on. Like, the colors really pop out, too, because, like, when you're standing, you know, amongst a lot of the other areas of this game, which made me more drab in color, a little more, like, subtle. Like, if you're wearing something like what I'm wearing right now, it really pops out. And then at the same time, much of the land I'm in right now, Toussaint, like, it's a lot more colorful than, like, Novigrad. And it's, like, they do such a great job of using that color palette to their advantage of, like, you know, really bringing to life all the different lands and characters. I just wanted to read this real quick. Leather boots polished without shine, not recommended. Single leather boot with shine for war veterans and other invalids, and even for tightwads. Clean knight's girdles and other leather accessories if boots are cleaned as well. Come a mess, leave well dressed. You'll see I'm the bleeding best. Would you ever consider playing Metal Gear Solid 5? I'd consider it. I mean, I like the Metal Gear series, but it's another one of those. No, hold on a second. Let's find this shelter. It's another one of those situations where it's another game to add to, like, a list of games I would like to play, but just don't have the money to throw into it. So by the time I get around to playing it, I'm sure it'll be a while. But I'm definitely not, you know, I'm not opposed to playing it.
To move your little camp elsewhere, got it? This is a decent district. We need no filth folk bugging about.
Gentlemen, there's no need to raise your voices.
Oh, what's up, bandits?
You? What do you want?
To talk.
Here, that's a waste of breath. We've tried it, only to tire our lips. We'll use other means of persuasion now.
Gentlemen, calm, please.
How about I
Either
just
get
beat
out
all your
along with these
asses?
flea-ridden vagabonds, or we'll toss you all out. Our patience is gone. This place is no longer a rank refuse dump.
Scram! decent folk live here.
Steven's asking, are you going to set up donations soon? Maybe not yet. Until I'm, like, able to do, like, a more regular schedule, I think. And maybe I've got, I don't know. Maybe I got more viewers. But right now, it's kind of... I don't think I have enough regular viewers to make it really worthwhile. And I also feel really weird about asking people for donations. But, I mean, I don't know. At some point, maybe I'll set up a Patreon account. But it's way too early for that, I think. But it's not something I'm against. It'll be something that, you know, when I think it makes more sense to do so, I'll do it. You know, because like I have just over 200 followers, and of them, there's like maybe 5 or 6 people that watch my videos on a semi-regular basis. Like Albert's really the only one who's here like almost every video. So it's kind of silly to be like, hey, you know, let me ask the 1, 2, 3, 4 people that watch, you know, to give me donations. But we'll see. As the channel grows, if it grows, I'll definitely consider it. Alright, so what's the harm in them living here?
The shelter, them living here, bothers you. Question is why?
Look, Ballard. Another defender of the poor. Fighter for justice.
Damn nuisance. We've our women and young folk living next door, when even grown men fear to walk past such rabble.
Don't worry about it, Steven. It's alright. I'm just a small YouTube channel, and you know, and I play one game at a time. It's not like I expect, you know, people to be like, man, you guys got to be loyal and watch everything every day, and you know what I mean? It's cool. You watch when you can watch, what you can watch. Totally cool, dude. Yeah, meaning you're decent? Yeah, this guy's not decent. He's a dick, and he's gonna get his teeth knocked out.
Decent folk you mention. Mean yourselves?
Why? Do you doubt it?
Hell yes.
Hear that, Artois? He poking insults us. On our own turf.
We should step aside, good fellow. My friend is perfectly capable of settling this unfortunate dispute on his own.
Witcher!
Well, how long are you gonna make me wait?
Fighting in my nice new clothes.
You are one squib.
Oh, I am not getting beat up by these jerks. I did! I got beat up by these jerks. Oh my god.
Are you well, my friend?
What happened?
Well, I saw your opponents gain the upper hand, so I took the liberty of jumping in. They shan't bother us anymore. We can now have a calm conversation with the proprietor.
I got beat up by common thugs. I am embarrassed.
I tried to reason with them, but they'd have beat me blue had you not come along. I'm grateful. Immensely.
What did they want from you?
They are neighbors. Wish me to take my folk, the shelter, elsewhere. They dislike that I help the beggars. I do not oppose going elsewhere were we to have somewhere to go. But you've come with a problem, have you? My turn to aid you.
I also like how pale Regis is, as befitting of a vampire.
What is this place? Poorhouse?
You could call it that. They come here to rest and eat a hot meal.
You help them, why?
Because they need help.
Good answer.
Need some information. Looking for a man who might have mentioned the boot black in Rue de Garl.
The boot black. A feisty lad. I know him.
Any of your, wards supposed to meet him recently or soon?
Forgive me. Those I help and I are not so close that I would know. But should you wait, they'll all soon come for their meal. You can question them yourselves.
Alright.
Sure all your usual beggars will be here?
They're not obliged to come, of course. But they rarely find a decent meal elsewhere. So, almost all in the area eat here.
This is a good dude.
Thanks. We'll wait. Nice of you to let us.
I would like to be able to donate to his cause. Speaking of which, I gotta book a benefit show sometime soon. For bands.
My
Just not
dears,
sure what for
I have
yet.
a matter to address before I serve the soup. These two gentlemen have some questions of you. Pay attention. Answer in brief. For if you draw it out, your soup will go cold. And we wouldn't want that, would we?
Recently, 4 of you delivered sealed letters to the bootblack. I know this.
Ah, looking
Does
guilty.
anyone know what the gentleman means? Go on, speak up. Romain?
Why should I squeak? We were all told not to mention the letters. We all swore.
You can tell me, Romain. You were given a letter and you delivered it, right? Good work, Romain. Thank you. Who else?
I got one too. Gave it to the bootblack. And Freshy, he got one. But he can't tell you, as he's not here.
And why isn't he here?
I still have mine. I'm to deliver it 2 days after the Feast of St. Barnabas.
So I thought the fight with Detlef was pretty much be the end of this. But apparently there's more going on.
It's a matter of importance to the duchy. Hand it over, or I'll take it from you, plain and simple.
But I was to deliver it personally. Let no one else see it. That is what she said, and she was frightening.
Who is
You
she?
ought to heed folk who are kind and honest. These men helped me a short while ago, helped all of us. If this individual threatened you, you need not keep the promise you made.
All right, take it. I didn't want to see the boot black anyways. It's always muddy there.
Damn it.
What is it? Another name, truly?
See for yourself.
Well. I must say, even I did not expect this. This time
Arietta?
you will see to our Duchessa.
Uh-huh.
It seems we underestimated Siana rather grossly.
Judging by this, Detlef was literally supposed to tear her heart out.
Yet first you must snap her neck. Puzzling.
Puzzle complete now.
Alas, the matter's ceased to be a tantalizing brain tease and has turned incredibly grave. We've proof of a plot to assassinate Toussaint's ruler. We've proof of a coup d'etat.
So let's actually do something about it.
Duchess was to be Detlef's last victim. Siana planned it from the start.
I knew we
Indeed,
couldn't trust
a
her.
logical conclusion, Geralt.
4 seemingly random victims to start. The virtue's their only link. Enough to get folk talking about a righteous, vengeful beast. Obscured the victims' links to Siana, even as she had those she despised killed off one by one, leaving the Duchess for last.
Had she managed to fulfill her plan, none would have questioned the reasons. Most would have thought Anna Henrietta had died for her sins. She was known to show a hard heart on many occasions. Ample proof of a lack of compassion.
Yeah, we know.
Why would Siana murder her own sister? Out of envy? To take power? From an inborn penchant for evil?
Yes, yes, and yes. All seem likely, and none are mutually exclusive. But if you'd like to know for certain, you could always ask her yourself.
Actually, love to learn her motives.
Praiseworthy, I suppose. Sometimes one should stare evil in the face.
Seems a bit strong, no?
She used my friend as her tool for killing.
No, she's
I
evil,
believe I've
dude.
every right to condemn her, but I support your lust for the truth.
I don't
Some
think it's
philosophers
overreaching.
think empirical examination the sole path to knowledge. I believe you mentioned the Duchess keeps Sienna locked up.
Courtiers were insisting on a harsher punishment. Much harsher. Think Anna Henrietta had to protect her sister from a lynch mob as much as she wanted to protect her subjects from a criminal. One way or another, she's locked away in a secluded wing of the palace, awaiting trial before a court of law. I'd need to get past some guards to see her. Coming with?
Of course not. I shall await you at Mare la Chaise-Longue. I'll not risk entering the palace after Dettlaff and his minions rampage.
Good point.
Besides, I vastly prefer the company of a simple mug of mandrake brew to that of the Duchess's vile sister.
So, said straight up, it means you're going off to get drunk because you hate Sienna.
I've never been fond of categorical statements of that kind, but I admit I could not vouch for my behavior in her presence.
She treated Dettlaff cruelly.
Caused his death in the end, and now this? Atop all that? No, Geralt. I will not go with you. I will await you at the cemetery.
Hey, Julie. What's going on? I'm doing alright. I'm actually doing more than alright because I managed to beat the, I completed the fight with Dettlaff and it only took me 2 attempts. Whereas yesterday it was making me go insane as I tried over and over again and I kept getting killed. Alright, so I could talk to Damien, but that's not... Yeah, we want to talk to... I want to find out what the hell Sienna's all about. Exactly why she pulled the crap that she pulled. And I'd say, yeah, I think she's just innately evil. Because everything that she's done has just been screwed up. Yeah, that fight was crazy.
Geralt, I knew from the start you best with the beast.
Thank you, random guard. Steven's asking, is the Witcher map big? Well, I'll show you. So, here is Toussaint, which is where I'm at right now. So we have all of this, right? And that's just Toussaint. Then we've got the Skellige Isles. Again, large. And look at all this shit that I have yet to explore, and it's all in the water and stuff. So this is like the only thing really that I have left in the game after I finish this DLC is just to explore all of these little question marks, and that's going to take a while. But this is a smaller part of the map. And then the Royal Palace is just literally, it's just a palace. White Orchard is a small territory. That's all that there is to this. Oops. Wrong button. Velen and Novigrad are kind of the same. They're basically both on the same map. And as you can see, this is a pretty... And this is zoomed out, by the way. Like, when you really get into it, like, there's a hell of a lot. And then there's Kaer Morhen, which is another small map. But, I mean, as you can see, you've got large map in Novigrad, and the rest are relatively smaller maps. But overall, yeah, it is absolutely gigantic. It is absolutely huge. It's the overall map. And, yeah, there's boats. There's just basically like little dinghies that you can sail. There's no like big ships that you can manually sail. So you can use the boats to get around and you know, look for all those, like when if I go back to Skellige, I'll just take boats to find all those little question marks, which means I'll be fighting harpies and stuff the whole time because they love to attack your ship.
Oh, here he comes, a hero, Geralt's dream.
But yeah, it's this game is incredible. I mean, it's so expansive. There's so much involved. There's so much to do. Steven's asking, can you buy houses in this game? Okay, so not in the main game. You don't actually have your own home. But the reason for that is the nature of oh, pardon me. The nature of a Witcher is that you're constantly traveling. You're constantly on the move. So you don't have a reason to have a home. But of course, there's tons of inns and stuff that you can go to. But the Witcher doesn't need a home. But in this DLC, in the Blood and Wine DLC, you're rewarded a home, which is it's a home and it's an entire vineyard, and you get to sink money into it to upgrade it. You have armor stands, weapon stands, places to hang paintings that you can purchase or find, places to put trophies that you earn. Had something stuck in my throat. Sorry about that. Julie's saying, good to see you're doing Witcher, though. It's always Fortnite or Fallout. Yeah, my son, the Shining Shard, he loves Fortnite. He's really good at it, though. And everybody wants me to play Fortnite, but that's not really the type of game I'm into, so... I mean, I appreciate it for what it is, and it looks like, you know, it looks cool. I don't mind watching streams of other people playing it from time to time, but me personally, like, I just can't really get myself jazzed to play it myself. Just not my thing. Paraphernalian, what's going on, man? You missed me lose my mind trying to fight Detlef the vampire. All right, so let's. Of course, she's upstairs. And I definitely like how this story hasn't ended with just like, okay, we killed the big bad vampire guy, so it's all done, and you know, there's no more story. Like, no, it continues. And the last DLC did the same thing.
Halt!
Need to see Sienna urgently.
In the matter of?
Yeah, might as well come forth
Need to
with it.
interrogate her. New facts have come to light. Need them explained. Seems she was planning your Duquesse's assassination.
Ah, fine then. You're that Witcher who solved the murders, no? Then you've my permission, but only for a few minutes.
Promise to be brief.
Alright. So I figured if I was honest about it, they'd take me a little more serious and not give me any crap. Now let's talk to
The
this
Witcher will speak with the inmate.
evil
You can
wench.
take a momentary break.
As long as it's truly but a moment. Highly irregular, this.
Have you come to see how I fare? I'm fine, thank you. Artorius' ribbon worked wonders. It's a shame they took it from me.
I know who the fifth victim was supposed to be.
Goodness, you're simply a compulsive snoop. I'm in prison. Detlef is dead. Could you not just drop it?
Hell no.
Sienna, stop pretending you couldn't care less. I know it's an act, and it's really starting to wear. Why'd you want to kill her?
For such an accomplished investigator to ask about the obvious? Come now, Geralt. Why do you think?
Paraphernalia and Iris von Everick. What a story. Loved it. Yeah, I love the views in this game. Because she turned her back on you and forgot about you.
Because she turned her back on you, then banished all memory of you.
Bravo, Geralt. Yet another riddle solved, and your sick curiosity sated. Well, what now?
Look at that scene. Like, that's
off to share your discovery with Anna
amazing.
Henrietta. Oh, she's no longer in danger, true. But she very well might add a little something to your reward.
Definitely gonna tell her. Not necessarily for the coin, though.
Then why do it at all?
Because justice.
If only because you'll probably try to kill her again if she ever lets you out.
I probably will.
Perhaps, just for a second, you could stop dwelling on all the wrongs folk have done you and forgive her.
Why should I?
For old time's sake. You loved each other once.
Please. I don't know who fed you that rubbish, but...
Read your governess's diary. You played together, were inseparable. Henriette'd get you into trouble sometimes, sure. But there were also times she stood up for you. When you had nightmares, only she could calm you. Time eats away at memories, distorts them. Sometimes we only remember the good. Sometimes only the bad.
If she loved me so, why did she wash her hands off me? Forget me, hmm?
Because you were psychotic? Maybe that's why? You know? Paraphernalia saying, I finished Heart of Stone for the 3rd time today. Oh, nice. Yeah, I mean, even the little side quests in this game, like, offline, I did all, like, the secondary missions and treasure hunts and contracts and all that stuff, just for this DLC alone. And just all the little things, like, that you encounter and, like, little tiny stories, if it's nothing more than just, like, you know, one contract, but everything has a story behind it. It's never just, like, something as simple as, there's monsters in my garden, go kill the monsters. There's always, like, a little extra story behind it, because somebody's servant was killed or gone missing, because, you know, they were chased out of their land, or whatever it happens to be. But there's always they throw a little bit in there. It's never just as simple as, hey, go kill this monster, you go kill the monster, you come back and you get your reward. There's always some dialogue, always a little bit of prose added to it, and I love that. I think that's absolutely brilliant. And as Paraphernalia just said, yes, the game is simply brilliant. It really is. It really, really is.
Don't know. But you could just ask her instead of sending monsters after her.
There's nothing she could say to change what she did to me, to justify it.
Maybe. But there's nothing out there to justify what you did to her and all Toussaint.
That's right.
Anna Henrietta hasn't given up on you.
Ugh. You meant what you said in the Land of 1,000 Fables. You really want a happy ending to this story, don't you? Ah, with all of us living happily ever after. Go, Witcher, or they'll give your medal to another. And that would be a shame.
Farewell, Sienna.
Julie's saying, watching Witcher, I always get carried away and imagine I'm there. That's how it makes me feel while playing. Totally agree. Absolutely. It really pulls you in. That's how well written the story is. And you know what else? Like, oh wait.
Commander de la Tour would like to see you. Shall we go at once?
I gotta tend to something.
Need to tend to one thing first. I'll look in on him afterwards.
So be it.
Okay. So what I was gonna say is, and yeah, the costumes are just, they're so good. Everything in here is ridiculous. I don't need that. I totally lost my train of thought. Awesome. Crap. What the hell was I gonna say? It wasn't gonna be. And we fall down the stairs again because that's what Geralt does all of the time. Yeah, see if I can figure out what the hell it was that I was gonna make a comment about. Yeah, my brain doesn't work so well, I guess. Crap. Oh wait, no, that's not the way to go, I guess. I guess I was just gonna say, like, it's just everything in this game is just so well written that it's one of those games where you think about when you're not playing it. You know, like you want to get back into it. It's very hard to put down. And man, I mean, I'm assuming they're going to do a Witcher 4. I mean, with the hit that this one was, I can't see why they wouldn't. And I certainly hope that if they do, and when they do, that they take their damn time of it and don't rush it. I mean, this game is what, 3 years old? Am I right? So I hope that, you know, whenever they release the next one, I hope that it takes a long time, and that they are able to put as much into the next one as they were able to put into this, because this is the type of game where, whether, you know, like, for me, for live streaming it, it makes it a lot of fun, especially because, like, I'm playing it after the game's been out a long time, and a lot of people like you guys have played it and have seen it, and you know how good it is. So you get to see me play it for the first time, and you can sit there and going like, oh, he's going to deal with this or that, and, like, you know the excitement of the story that's coming up, you know, like, oh, wait till he gets to this, like, he's going to freak out when he sees that, you know, I wonder what his response is going to be to whatever this happens, you know, so, like, that kind of stuff is really, really, really fun. And for me, like, it's cool because I know, like, I'm experiencing it, and I'm not just on my own reacting to such a gorgeous and brilliant game, like, sitting in my room going, oh, wow, and I'm not talking to anyone. At least, even if no one's watching when I'm playing live, I know that it's going on video, and even though I'm just some one random schmuck in the middle of the United States, like, you know, like, just some dude, no one really important, but it's one more voice. Mine is one more voice to go out there to praise this game and go on, you know, and be, you know, seen in digital record of how this game affects me and how much I enjoy it, you know, like, it really is worthy of all the praise that it's got. And paraphernalia, I did see the a little bit of Cyberpunk 2077 finally. Some of the teaser stuff. It does look awesome. Okay, he's right over there. Damien, our buddy. Yeah, and I like the fact that it's, you know, you're going from this fantasy land of The Witcher, and then their next big thing of Cyberpunk is going to be, you know, futuristic, literal Cyberpunk stories. Like, it's so badass. And I'm wondering if the Cyberpunk 2077, I'm assuming that's based off the role-playing game, because there was a I'm pretty sure that was the name of it, was Cyberpunk 2077, was the name of a role-playing game. So if it is based off that, then there is an existing story and whatnot, which is cool. What's up, dude?
Damien.
Geralt, it's about time. Ready for the
Man,
ceremony?
look at his face. He got jacked up. Press is already saying that Cyberpunk 2077 is amazing. Yeah, I'm sure it is, man. I can't wait. I mean, if that game compares at all to this, you're already, you're already looking at hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of just being blown away.
Your face doesn't look good. Though it looked even worse last I saw you.
I apply a balm of arnica. Yeah, I hardly feel it anymore.
Believe me, Geralt understands facial scars. Yeah, it's supposed to be a first-person role-playing game. Which is cool, I love RPGs, so... Clearly.
Got some important information. Anna Henrietta was supposed to be Detloff and Sienna's 5th victim.
You are certain of this?
Completely. Found proof.
Inconceivable. How could she? The murders, the mayhem she brought down on the city, were they not enough? She sought to strike down her own sister, her liege. Traitor. I must alert my men. Enlarge the Duchess's honor guard. Make certain Sylvia Anna is closely watched during the questioning. I'll see to it personally. I thank you, Witcher, for alerting me, and I appreciate your attentiveness. Let's begin the ceremony. Come with me.
So I know,
the Duchess awaits.
Like, maybe we could have not told him that, but I feel that I feel that, Sienna is evil. And even if she said that maybe, she'll consider forgiving her sister, I don't trust her. How did that happen?
I unplugged it. It was already like that. I can push it back in, obviously, but... I pulled that out and it was just like...
In the Guild's name, I beg your assistance, your enlightened highness. Without barrels, production will come to a stop, and it will be the end of us.
You lost them all in the fire. These are horrible tidings. Oh, we are most dreadfully saddened.
Yes, your enlightened highness all. Once the beasts had clawed their way into the warehouse, the whole place went up in flames.
I shall dispatch a palace guardsman to examine the site of the blaze. If things are, as you say, fitting compensation shall be paid from the ducal treasury.
Thank you, your enlightened highness. Your Grace, Geralt of Rivia has arrived.
My dear subjects, we come now to our next point of business.
I'm also not a big fan of her, by the way.
Of all the duties which fall upon my shoulders, as the ruler of this dominion, this duty is dearest to my heart. For now, we shall award the Order of Vitis Vinifera, Tucson's highest honor.
Geralt of Rivia, slayer of the beast of Beauclair, step forth.
We bestow
Yay,
the
I'm getting a
distinction
medal.
upon the Witcher, who saved Beauclair from the terrible beast. Such is our desire. May this symbol
Last
serve
action
as
hero.
a reminder to all that the
Nice
Witcher
reference.
shall forever remain a friend of Beauclair.
I saw that movie in the theater.
In more familiar terms now, I thank you immensely, Geralt. Damien has your reward for you. After all, it was but a contract.
Thank you.
I have a small surprise for you, in addition. I give you more than a dozen barrels of Son Real, a wine normally reserved for the ducal table.
All right,
The
wine.
gustatory experience of a lifetime awaits. Are you content?
Yeah, I'm going to tell her. Now, again, I'm going to say this again. I don't like her very much. However, she means well, and as much as she can be kind of tyrannical, she does seem to care about her people. She wants them safe, first and foremost. Sienna, I don't trust her. She wanted to kill her sister. She got all these other people killed. She used Detlef, got him killed, basically. Detlef wouldn't have died if she didn't manipulate him and get him, you know, all screwed up in the head. So, yeah, I'm gonna let her know. But real quick, Witcher's the only game worth every penny of your money. I mean, there's definitely other games that I would say the same, but I mean, I don't think I've gotten as much out of any other game as I've gotten out of this. I mean, even Fallout, like Fallout 3 and New Vegas and Fallout 4, like as much as you can do with those, like even those I don't think have as much that you can actually do. I don't even think they have as many missions and stuff, and certainly don't have the amazing graphics and whatnot. This is just above and beyond. But yeah, I mean, the Duchess she's all right, but she also, you know, she can be a bitch. Let's just put it that way. So I'm still like, I'm on the fence about how I feel about her. However, her sister, Sienna, I don't trust her. I think she's just evil. And even if she decides to forgive the Duchess and, you know, not want to plan to kill her, I personally think, I don't know if this is what's going to happen, you know, so let's just put that out. I don't know if this is going to be the result. But if the Duchess decides to have her sister killed because I tell her this, oh well. Because, you know, I think that's the justice that Sienna deserves. I think that actually kind of sucked when, oh, she had the ribbon and she survived when Detlef tried to kill her, because, like, really, you know, it's like we say in the scene, man, it's street justice. It's pure and simple. So let's let her know.
I am, and truly grateful, Your Grace. Sadly, I'm afraid I have to sour the mood. It's Sienna. She plotted to have you killed, Duchess. Planned to use Detlef. You were to be the beast's 5th victim.
This cannot be true. You're mistaken. You must be.
I have proof.
Yeah, we're a bummer. That's what Geralt, Rivia, Witcher,
I do not believe
wet
it.
blanket. You don't have to believe it.
In a moment I shall speak to Sienna. Will you assist me? You returned my sister to me, yet what you tell me now I find devastating. I've come to doubt that I can judge her fairly. I'd far prefer to learn you're mistaken, Geralt.
I'm not. In fact, I'd recommend you be particularly careful around her.
You exaggerate, Witcher. She is my sister. I know well how to speak to her.
If my presence will help in any manner, of course I'll stay.
We shall now question
I love how all
a
these people
person
say,
implicated in the murders.
I know
recently
so and so. I know
ravaged
how
our
to talk
city
to
of
them.
Beauclair.
No, they don't.
Captain de la Tour, show Sylvia Anna in.
Like Sienna was saying about Detlef, like, I know Detlef. I know how to talk to him. And if she didn't have the ribbon, he'd have torn her heart out.
The Witcher will take part in our talk.
Yep.
The Duchess requested I be present.
You have committed crimes. Grave crimes.
Oh yeah, she's very, very powerful.
You are my sister.
I do like
my heart does not allow me to treat
they
you
definitely
as a
get that
common
point
criminal.
across.
Nor does it let me believe you sought my demise. My heart yearns to know you were swayed by the monster Detlef. You yourself would never stoop so low. Thus I have asked Geralt to advise me, as one impartial. I shall now hear what he has to say.
Ah, we're gonna be the one to get her hanged. Serious crimes were horrible, but she had cause to feel pain. Okay, yeah, that's the truth.
Bitterness consumes Siana. She had cause to resent many of the court of Beauclair. I know her reasons, understand them even. But I can't condone the actions she chose to take.
Julie's saying Geralt looks dashing in that blue.
What is he talking about, Siana?
You know exactly what. I was forcibly exiled, remember? To your benefit. You knew well the throne would then be yours, though I was the elder. The ministers I can understand. They'd hated me since I was a child. Thought me a poor prospect for the wife of a duke. I even understand our parents. I'd always sensed the problem. They simply feared me, for I dared to be free. That fabricated curse, it fell into their laps. A gift from above that brought relief. But your dagger hurt most. You were my Henrietta, dammit. My darling little sister. Now do you understand, Witcher? She betrayed me.
Claim to understand them all? Why'd you come back for revenge? Have them all cut down then?
They deserved my vengeance. They detested me, all of them, as long as I can remember. But Henrietta understood me. Once. She was all I could cling to. Her betrayal hurt the most.
Yeah, her betrayal may have hurt the most. However, so the knights that she had killed, from what we understand, they beat her, starved her, possibly raped her, definitely, it abused her. They left her with, out in the cold with, no warm clothing, basically left her for dead. So, those knights, I can understand her wanting revenge to the level of having them killed. So, the mindset of killing them because of how much they did to her physically, and basically they tried to kill her, even if it was by starvation, disease, or hypothermia, whatever. They intended for her to die. I don't think Henrietta intended for her to die. She was simply to be exiled, and there's a big difference between being exiled and being killed. Being exiled is the alternative to being killed. So it's like, oh, well, if they think you're a threat, or, if you've done wrong, whatever, you could be outright, killed or put out in public or whatever, but she was exiled. So she was basically, maybe in Henrietta's mind, she was being given the opportunity to go have a life somewhere else. But unbeknownst to her, the knights that, she sent out did all this stuff to her. So I don't believe that she has a legitimate reason to want her sister killed. I don't think, she has a strong case to want the Duchess murdered. And Paraphernalia, yeah, the characters are so good. And again, this is like top tier writing. The fact that, like I said, I'm not really that big of a fan of the Duchess because of her mood swings, because she can be nasty and whatnot. But then you turn around and she can be very compassionate. She can be a strong leader, but then she can be very weak-willed around her sister and whatnot. Those levels of conflict within a personality for a character shows just how damn good the writing is. Because we're all conflicted people. None of us are just, point A to point B, straight and narrow. We live our lives and everything is very, it's all on one straight course. Like, we all have all kinds of things that we deal with in our lives. Things that maybe, hey, we may be a really good person all the time, but for some reason we're really shitty to some clerk in a grocery store. You know what I mean? Like, or just someone rubbed you the wrong way and you just made some fucked up remark to them that really cut them to the bone, and it's not normally in your character to do that, but you did for some reason, you know? Yeah, she is powerful, just like the Emperor. And again, like, I think she intended, you know, for Sienna to just go away, get out of the kingdom, but go, you know, start a life elsewhere. So let's see what happens then.
You were children then. You and your sister both had no control over what happened.
You're wrong, Witcher. She had control. Remember, dear sister, the day they banished me from the palace. Of course, I'd had the idea to pelt the Nilfgaardian envoy with fish bladders, which we filled with rancid suet on a lark, and which you set afire at the last to impress me, I imagine. And I admit, you did. Hit him right in his hideous bald patch. Never laughed so hard in my life. But when it came time to find the culprit, you said not a word. I took all the blame and all the punishment. It's true.
Paraphernalia, that's right.
I did not stand up for you.
Great power,
I was too
great
afraid.
responsibility. Uncle Ben was a wise man.
The council was unanimous. They listed all my offenses. My flights from the palace, supposed acts of cruelty, inappropriate friendships. They cast me out, but you, the only one to understand me, you cowered in a corner, lifted not a finger to help. Not before, not after. You never tried to find me.
That's not true. I searched for you. Sent out knights, gathered tidings from without. You did not wish to be found. Since the day you vanished, I have lived with the knowledge that I failed you. I'm sorry, dear sister. Can you forgive me?
If we didn't accuse her, we would miss this entire dialogue. That would have been such a shame. Because this is excellent storytelling. And then she pulls out a hidden dagger and sticks it in the Duchess's neck. Ah! No. That was a cool cutaway. Okay, loading screen. What's next? But yeah, if we didn't say anything about her sister, we may have not gotten that entire scene.
All in all, best part of the whole ceremony.
What a bummer.
It was short.
Perhaps for you, as you ducked out early. The others are probably just getting started. The drunkenness never ends in this quaint realm.
Not so fond of Toussaint after all, are we?
Ah, this place is like a strong wine, Geralt. Good in small sips. How do you find my personal brew? Not too strong?
Just right.
Credit the local mandrake of the Alrauna diabolus variety for that. The tubers which grow in this area's volcanic soil have an altogether unique flavor profile and display a remarkably uncommon dark brown tint.
Fascinating. All I can say is this batch turned out excellent.
Indeed.
Yeah, he's an awesome
might be
character.
wise
We
to
just
stockpile some roots for the future. Would you care to accompany me?
Does she really? Paraphernalia saying if you pick the other way, she kills the Duchess. Oh shit. Well, I'm glad I made the choice that I made.
You decide to go root picking now? It's dark out.
Geralt, even were I generously to assume it had simply slipped your mind that I am a vampire and thus need no light to see, I'd never believe you had also forgotten that you likewise have absolutely no trouble seeing in the dark. So, shall we?
If you think it's a good idea, let's go. But I think you might be forgetting one thing. Fresh mandrake root of this variety is highly toxic, even to a witcher.
Ah, not a problem. I never forget matters of safety and hygiene in alchemy. Here, gloves and a mask. Don them, and you shall be in no danger.
Thanks. Right then.
Oh, is this going to look like a plague mask?
This moonlight...
Oh, please tell me this is going to look like a plague mask. Okay, let's put them on. What is this? Order of visibility. Yay! Not totally like a plague doctor mask, but I like it. Oh, that's so funny! Pirvanellian saying, yes, she pulls the hairpin from the Duchess's hair and stabs in the back. Because when I said she pulls a dagger out, I was thinking hairpin, but for some reason the word wouldn't come to my head. So, but that's what I was thinking, like she yanked a pin out of her hair. That's funny. And yeah, the Viper armor, I have it, and I think it's already dyed black. I'm not sure. But I like the Viper armor. The only thing is the armor I have now is way better than the Viper armor that I got.
So dreamy.
Penny for your thoughts. Let me guess. Succubus twins?
No, I was thinking about... Oh, how anything can look interesting when properly lit.
Even an old necrophage corpse?
You've not an ounce of refinement in you, have you?
Oh my god, I didn't realize I could read all of the tombstones. The Regis character you could always place on a face of someone you know, right? Alright, I won't do that now, but at some point I gotta read all these tombstones. Oh, okay, so you can't read all of them. There's only a few. Any others that I can read? Well, I was particularly excited to see something like a Plague Doctor mask because my band, our first shirt is 3 old-looking Plague Doctor outfits with our logo on it. So I saw that, I was like, oh, that's appropriate for me. Nah, nothing else to read. Oh, wait. Yeah, let's do some grave robbing. Pablo Ohotsky. Do not be sad because of people. They will all die. Okay there, Pablo. Here lies Ola, mother of Plegmund, taken from us too soon. Protect us, O Lebiota, from the torment of pre-production. Oh, okay. Weird. Heroic hunter of insects and pests. Spent his whole life exterminating bugs. Now he lies in the earth among them. Okay. So what do we have here? That's one. Yeah, that's what I was like. Oh, I want to read these, but then when I realized like, oh, there's a whole lot, maybe not. Yeah. But I could definitely spend as much time as possible. I could read all of this stuff. Martina Lipkin, and some of these names you got to wonder if they're part of the team making the game. Engineer and pug lover, solved the most obtuse technical problems in all the duchy with the grace of a ballerina. Yeah, so that kind of stuff makes you wonder like who they're making reference to.
Now, where'd that bloodsucker go? Won't be easy to track down. He is a vampire after all.
You're right, he is
Regis.
a vampire.
Damn it, where'd you go?
Hey, we found a gold plate left behind.
Regis! Damn it, where'd you go?
You raise your hand against the vampires!
Oh shit!
I did!
Okay, well I see, listen to the music. The music, this music's awesome, man. It's like Iris Von Everett, picked the wrong way, different end, yeah. And that's what I was gonna say. Oh, I'm so glad you said that, Paraphernalian. Before I get into this combat, that's what I was gonna say earlier. This is also one of the rare games where, when you're playing it, you really feel like your decisions and your dialogue are going to have serious consequences. Like, whatever choices you make really affect the game. Like, they really affect what the outcome is going to be. Whereas a lot of games are, well, you might diverge, but you're going to come to the same conclusion. Like, maybe you kind of you get some people giving you an attitude with your dialogue choices, or, you know, a different path of dialogue, but eventually, like, all the outcome is the same. Or maybe it's like, you know, good ending or bad ending, and that's all there is. Like, everything in this feels like everything you say and everything you do has a major impact on the game, and I love that. Like, it really makes you have to make a really educated decision on how to react to people. Alright, let's kill some vampires. Or get killed by vampires, whatever the case may be. What just happened? Oh, I didn't even get to fight them.
They called you a traitor.
Alas, we've a very simple code of honor.
Oh, so much for that.
So simple you might call it trivial. Either one is with us, unconditionally, regardless of the circumstances, or...
Won't let it go, will they?
They will not. Fortunately, we've another rule. An unwritten one, and just as trivial as the first. It is neatly summarized in the saying, out of sight, out of mind. That is why I must leave Toussaint. For a vastly long time, most like.
Yeah, I get it.
Let us make for my camp.
I don't remember if I took the rose or not.
Overwhelming desire to have another drink.
I got all prepared to fight vampires, and all I did was get knocked around, and Regis killed them. This time, Regis killed them.
Supreme bouquet. Firm, defined beginning, then develops gently, rising to a startling finish. Don't you think?
Not much of a connoisseur.
Then it is high time you started your education. After all, the Corvo Bianco vineyard is now yours.
That's right, it's mine.
By the way, I left a gift for you at your new home. On the nightstand.
Thanks. Mind telling me what it is?
A trifle. That will nonetheless be useful should you need mutagens. Incidentally, have you thought about what you'll do with your prize? Shall you hang your swords over the mantle and take to pruning vines?
I was made to kill monsters.
No, just not the life for me. Sure, might stop by there occasionally, stay the winter, fill up on wine. But I'd rather keep moving. It's not a choice being a Witcher. And once you are one, you're one for life. You can't just step off the path.
Just like Bullet
Besides,
Club.
Plenty of
Bullet
work
Club
left
for
for me
life.
in the world. Ghouls aren't gonna kill themselves.
Rather droll, isn't it, that each time we meet, something harrowing must happen?
Droll? That's how you describe it?
I can remember a night, not too far from here if I'm not mistaken. We hid in a cave while a blizzard raged all about.
325 hours. God damn, dude.
How could it not? We just set off to rescue Ciri from Vilgefortz.
Oh, our encounter with Vilgefortz. That is something I do not remember so fondly. But that first stay in Beauclair, far calmer than this one.
Seemed like a land straight out of a fairy tale back then. Its sole problem, cellars too small to accommodate all that wine.
Appearances, Geralt. Appearances, like Mamoons and Dopplers, deceive. So what did become of Vilgefortz?
Killed him. Sure wasn't easy, though.
Even if, like, the next Witcher game, even if, like, Regis isn't, like, a main character in it, I definitely hope that you do at least run into him. Again, like I've said before, I never played the first two Witcher games, so I don't know how much, like, how big a part he played in previous entries to the series. But I definitely hope that you do have at least an adventure with Regis. At least he's part of it somehow.
What about you? Any idea where you'll go?
Distance is of the essence. I thought I might venture south.
Nilfgaard?
Why ever not? The Nilfgaardians are a modern society. None there believe in vampires anymore. This fact alone could be very useful to one wishing to remain incognito.
Interesting point of view. I so don't feel like going anywhere. Sit here a while longer?
So we shall, my friend. We have witnessed, and in fact on several occasions incited, many great and weighty events. After all that toil, I believe we deserve a bit of a rest.
Agreed.
That we do.
Alright, breaking the fourth wall, Geralt! Yeah! That was awesome. God damn this game. This game is so good. And I'm pissed that I'm done. Man. I mean, I said it when I completed the vanilla story and the last DLC, but once again, hats off to The Witcher 3. This game, on all of its DLC, everything is just top notch. This game's amazing. I can't wait to see what they come out with for the next chapter of this.
Actually, I'd love to go home.
Oh, we got a new quest. Go home. That's right, because we got to go see what Regis left for us. Alright, so let's do that. There should be a fast travel point over here somewhere. There it is. But yeah, I mean, I've spent plenty of time praising the hell out of this game, so I'm not going to go on and on and on doing that. But again, as we've all discussed multiple times, this is just amazing. This is so good. And again, you finish the main chunk of the story, and there's still a little extra for you to do. It's almost like a end credit scene, you know. It's like, oh, now you go home and see what's happening back at the house. And while we're here, I wonder what is going on with Marlena.
The Dutch is small.
The
But do you know any who's
lady that we rescued who was a white. Oh. Hello, Basil Fawlty.
Master Witcher, some unknown individual barged into the residence. I resisted as best I could, but to no avail.
Who is it?
Alas, they did not do me the basic courtesy of introducing themselves.
Aha. Yeah, this story is so good. You could play it over and over again and never get tired of it. Is it gonna be Yennefer? Is it gonna be Ciri?
Unexpected as
Hey, it's Yennefer. Yay, by the way, Yennefer, man, I banged a lot of girls while you weren't around.
And beautiful as ever.
Won't you even ask why I've come? Or how I found you?
Wouldn't get a straight answer anyway.
Quite true.
Used to bother me, all your secrets. Now I know if you have something to tell me, you'll tell me. Don't need to ask.
I missed you, Geralt. Madly. Come outside. We can hold hands and stare at the sky, like some shitty two-crown romance.
I'm glad they did this because, you know, you play the main game and the whole thing's about, you know, him and Yennefer being a couple, and then the last DLC, like, you don't really see or hear from her, and you really didn't see or hear from her at all for this one. So, yeah, I mean, so it was definitely a, you know, it's a good little thing to, like, hey, remember her? She was kind of important.
Brought quite a few books. Let me guess. Working on a new spell?
Not at all. These aren't grimoires, just pleasure reading. The Name of the Orchid. A widower for half a year.
Always thought you too busy to make time for something as impractical as pleasure reading.
Because I was. But now I'm not. A few weeks ago, I awoke to the realization that I know not what to do next. I have no plan. I have no goal. And you know what? I like that. Finally, I can stop thinking about politics and focus on what's important to me.
Yeah, and your necklace is sinking into your throat.
Which is why I came here.
Liking Toussaint so far?
The landscape's lovely and the towns are charming, no question about that.
But
the southern sun plays havoc with my wardrobe. To be blunt, wear black down here and you're pretty damn hot.
Might need to think about changing your color palette. Off-white and pea green, for instance.
And I'll wear scents distilled from turnips and daisies. I think I shall simply stay in the shade. And you'll bring me cool drinks. At regular intervals.
Bring you whatever you want.
Well, we got plenty of wine. Having a house feels strange.
You know, feels kind of strange having a home.
I must say I never pictured you owning real estate.
Was
the animation on the
accident,
pheasants.
But I'm not about to complain.
Even that's well done.
Yen, back then, before we fought the hunt, said you wanted to run away with me to the world's end. This vineyard, good enough?
Yes, although there's one thing missing.
Namely?
I shall give you a hint. It's large, white, has 4 legs, category taxidermy.
Oh, yeah. The unicorn. Fine. You can bring it down here.
I knew you'd see things my way.
Oh, in the land of 1,000 fables, when that unicorn reference came up, I was dying. I was absolutely dying. Oh, that was funny.
Ever thought this day would come? Me and you, peace and quiet. Bees buzzing, birds chirping.
I almost regret delaying so long before coming to you. I was quite the silly goose.
You have doubts? Though I imagine it might have been hard coming after me. Always were proud as a peacock.
Please, Geralt. I'm not like other sorceresses to feel that following someone means my wings have
Yeah,
been...
that unicorn's got some tales to tell.
Watch what you say about your colleagues. Remember, it's an ill bird that fouls its own nest.
Well said, Witcher. You're not only handsome, but wise, too. I feel a bit like the cat that got the canary.
Yeah, and I'm... Damn it. You win. This time.
Ha!
How'd that start, anyway? Our duels and wordplay.
Forgotten. It was at a vernissage in Banard. You started it to keep from going mad with boredom. I remember finding your sense of humor both groan-worthy and somehow endearing. Never change, Geralt. I beg you.
I don't think that's going to be difficult because we're near emotionless.
So, talk again later?
Of course. I'm not going anywhere.
Oh, disappearing pheasant. Alright. So, let's hop in the house. So, there should be no quests other than the Skellige ones. And and this stupid thing because I missed a couple pieces of cargo. So, oh, Dijkstra, yeah, he was a great character. There's so many. I mean, all the characters in this game, they wrote them all so well.
You sure showed our lumpheads how to maintain.
All right. Just want to see if Marlena says anything different now that the DLC is done.
I thank you for letting me stay. I cannot remember when last I was this happy.
Okay, so same thing. That's fine.
See you later.
Take care, Witcher. And remember, you always have warm food awaiting your return.
Yay. All right. Ah. Look at all this. This stuff wasn't here before. These chests. Because this is all Yen's stuff. That's pretty funny. Alright. I'll get to that in a moment. I want to see if... Do I have a trophy I can place there? No. That would have been for my Gwent trophy had I not lost that damn tournament. Because I got dealt the crappiest hand possible. That really bummed me out. Letter from Regis. Dear Geralt, if you're reading these words, it means I am already far beyond the borders of Toussaint, and you have found my muta generator. Of course, you may dub this instrument however you like, perhaps something more fitting to your taste or better reflecting its function, for I have no doubt your knowledge on the subject of mutagens is far more profound and thorough than mine. I have been working on this device in my spare time, but now it is finished and I am convinced as an inventor can be before his invention has been used and as intended, of the usefulness of this apparatus. You are surely wondering what function it is meant to serve. As the name indicates, the mutagenerator generates mutagens. It operates by absorbing electromagical energy waves from bodies, in this case the bodies of the monsters and evildoers you kill, and when it has absorbed enough so as to be charged a critical amount, the mutagenerator changes the stored energy into a greater mutagen, which, I suspect, you will make good use of. As you surely understand, I am an amateur engineer, which is why you must forgive the lack of an ability for you to direct this operation. Which mutagen emerges as a result is determined at random, meaning chance will decide if it is a green, red, or blue mutagen. Chance, yet I have noted the colors tend to alternate by and large. I trust you shall find my gift useful. Your dearly devoted friend, Emil Regis Rolik Terziev Godfrey. And I gotta sneeze. Sneezing fit. P.S. You might be wondering why I decided to toss the mutagenerator into your home instead of simply handing it to you in person. Well, you must know I did it out of modesty, believe it or not. Take care, Geralt, and may my gift serve you well. Cool. Loot the mutagenerator. Which will come in no use for me whatsoever. You need a second house for all the end stuff. Yeah, you do, Julie. Steven asked, what year is The Witcher set in? It's a good question. I don't think there's, yeah, I don't think that information is actually available. Because it doesn't really... I mean, it's not, that doesn't take, 1272, is that what it is? I take Paraphernalia word for it, he knows what he's talking about. Yeah, because I was going to say, this doesn't take place on our Earth, so it's not like it's really reflective. Do you have anything different to say? By chance?
Sir, we received a shipment of wine.
Ah, okay.
From the Belgard vineyard, I believe, with kind regards from Madame Matilda and Monsieur Liam.
Hey.
I had the barrels unloaded and stored in the cellar to the right of the entrance.
Thanks. Take a look when I have a moment.
Thank you.
Splendid. I was told to expect a subsequent delivery 5 days hence.
Alright. So he does not get anything else
Thanks.
to say.
Gotta get back to my business now. See you soon.
So yeah, so that was another side mission, is I united 2 vineyard owners, and they're now a couple. So, what is it, down here? Yep. White Wolf. That's ours. That's pretty cool. Yeah, they made their own wine and they named it after me. Pretty awesome. So yeah, alright guys. I'm starving, so I need to eat food. Real food. But that also means that this is now the conclusion to the Witcher series. At least the Witcher 3 series. And what a ride it's been. I mean, it's just... This game's amazing. And again, it sucks that it's over. Like, I would gladly play this for another 40 hours with another DLC, you know. But there are other games to play. So I think the next one I'm going to do is Beyond Two Souls. And probably Assassin's Creed Origins after that. Yeah, I don't know. We'll figure it out. But let's end this before my stomach eats itself. Everybody give applause to The Witcher 3. And, you know, especially to Project whatever. Project Red. And everybody involved in making this game, just, man, they set the bar that I don't know how many games can possibly hope to reach, because this game's amazing. And as we've all said, and it's an absolute masterpiece. So, alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Everybody who's watched the series from at any point, especially you guys right now, Julie and Paraphernalia and Steven and everybody, like, you know, everyone who's been chirping up about how much they love this game, and, you know, we've had some really good conversations regarding this game and about gaming in particular, and I always appreciate that. So, thank you, extra special thank you. So, alright, ending spiel. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you haven't already, feel free to subscribe, hit that notification button, do all the YouTube stuff. we all know how YouTube works, so get on that. So, I think I'm going to start Beyond Two Souls later on tonight, unless I get wrapped up in doing something else, but we shall see. So, until the next one, as always, peace. Bye, Witcher.